Hello. First of all, let me apologize for the mistake that I made. But first of all, what I want to do is I want to share this to my coaching group here in Facebook. And that is Wilson Lawrence Coaching. Not quite sure how I can do this. I did it last week, but here we go. Okay, so maybe I can share it at the end of this broadcast. I just wanted to apologize for the mistake that I made because this live broadcast is supposed to be on a Friday. I was just thinking ahead of time, and so I pressed the button when the alert came up and just jumped on the call. Ja, servus! Joachim, wie geht's dir? Alles gut bei euch? Und hier Nevis, alles ist in Butter. I'm forgetting my German slowly, so maybe I need to come back and have a few Weissbiers on the Releg bar with you, just to reboot that ability. But anyway, thank you for being here. And I'm just going to fill in a little bit of time to see who else is going to come on. There's 2 people now in there, but I can't see who actually is in the room. So just maybe type your name down below, whether you're watching this live or whether you are watching it as a replay. That would be really, really cool. And everybody's gone. Never mind. Maybe you can catch a replay. So this week's been a really, really tough week for a lot of people. And for me, as a coach, it's been a challenging week as well. So I've got to stop doing that, haven't I? It creates the wrong impression. So if I can recap this week, I've had some clients who have had a bereavement client who has had to make a very, very difficult decision affecting their parents. I've had another client who has made a decision to leave their organization. So it's really funny how this week the theme seems to have been all about decisions. Well, the thing about decisions is that we all have to make them. Some of them are easy to reach and some of them are not easy to reach. I can actually remember attending an interview in Leicester in England not long after I came out of the military, the 1st Battalion, the Royal Anglian Regiment, Vikings, yo, established. And I had to make I didn't have to make a decision, but I was asked by a panel of interviewers for one of the major banks in the UK. They asked me, what problem do you have in decision making? I wasn't even expecting that answer. Sorry, that question. Where am I going today? I'm thinking too far ahead. I should have my notes here, shouldn't I? I'm new to doing these live broadcasts, so please forgive me if I fumble my words and, maybe, I don't know. So, but the answer that I gave them, I don't know, I just found this, I guess it was my other self which came out, and I just found myself saying, it's not that I have problems making or reaching decisions, it's just that some decisions take longer to reach than others. And years after, that question's always stayed with me. And when I have trained people in interview techniques, either as the interviewer or the interviewee, I always make sure I visit the likelihood of that question being asked and how people would answer it. And I think it's a very, very useful question to be aware of, and also the ability to answer it. So it really is the case that it's not that people have, if somebody has a lot of indecision in their life, yes, they have problems in reaching decisions, but technically it's the time. I was told when I was being coached to become a coach, especially on the performance side, that we make a decision in an instant like that. But it's the time that it takes to realize that decision and bring it into our world, to take action on it. That's where the difference is with a lot of people. But sometimes you need that time, sometimes you don't. So I actually have 2 decision-making matrix that I coach people with. And maybe this is going to be of value to people, maybe not. So I'm going to quickly run through them. Actually, I had to go through it twice with clients this week. So the first one, okay, is a mnemonic, and it's for the word terms, T-E-R-M-S. I did a YouTube video on this, but I think it's really good to go through it because people have been sending me DMs. Can you go through that on a Facebook Live? And yes, I will do that right now. So terms, T stands for time. So when you're faced with making or evaluating that decision, we ask ourselves, how much time do I need? Is there a deadline? How much time am I happy to invest? Okay, so that will cover the first part of this decision-making matrix. E is for education or qualifications. Do I have the education or qualifications to undertake this task or not? If not, what do I need in order to be successful in doing this? It's just a consideration, right? Or is it important to have that education? Because sometimes it might not be necessary. The R is for resources, equipment. Do I have the resources needed for what it is that I need to do, or don't I? And if I don't have those resources, what do I need to successfully go through with this project or whatever it is that I need to do? M is for money, okay? So what would be the financial impact to me if I go through with this decision? Is it going to earn me money, or is it going to cost me money? If it's going to cost me money, am I okay with that initial capital expenditure? If it's going to earn me money, am I okay with how much it's going to pull in? It could be a new job, for example. It could be an investment of something that you're going to put money into. So have a look at that. And then the S is for the stress level. What is it likely to do to my stress level? Now, for those of us who are German speakers, the way that we use stress or the term stress in English is slightly different. Stress in the German language always refers to the amount of work that someone is doing, or it's very stressy at work is likely to mean that it's been very busy. In British English, stress is the emotional pressure that is applied from something. Okay, so be very careful with how we use that term stress. So what is the impact going to be on my stress level? Is it going to be positive? Is it going to be negative? Is it really, really going to increase my stress level emotionally, or is it not? So these are all considerations. And if they're all okay, then you can make that decision and you can go for it. The next one is slightly more involved. So it's still a decision-making matrix, but we're going to go into it a little bit deeper. So the first one is ROI, which means return on investment. So we're thinking of something that we want to do as an option. The first thing that we think of is, what is the return on investment? Return of investment. Time, money. Is it favorable to us, or is it unfavorable to us? Then you can start to make your decision on that. The next one, okay, is FV, which means future value. What is the future value of me going into this idea, this joint venture, this project, this job? What's the future value to me? Okay, I'm not necessarily just talking about money, because money is going to come further on down the line in this decision-making matrix. But what value is it going to be to me? Is it going to maybe raise my professional profile? Is it going to create more awareness? Is it going to create loyalty? Is it going to bring me more customers, more clients? What is the future value of this potentially? Then the next parameter, if you like, is PD, which stands for personal development. How is this going to impact my personal development? Do I have enough personal development to go into this venture, or do I need to develop myself more, or am I going to get personal development while I'm on this project, while I'm doing this venture? Whoa, sorry. Did you see me jump then? Okay. Whew, it's made my hair stand on end. So personal development, or do I need to develop more on the personal development side in order to be successful? And if I need that, in what areas do I need to develop? The next parameter then is LS, which stands for lifestyle. How will this impact my lifestyle? Will it impact my lifestyle favorably, or will it not be favorable to my lifestyle? So once again, these two things can influence your decision. Okay. Then the next is M, which is money. So we had that before in the quick decision making matrix. Is this going to impact in a positive way or in a negative way? Is it going to earn me money? Is it going to cost me money? Either way, is it going to be a positive and a good thing for me to consider? So there we have it. That's the second decision-making matrix, and I hope that that helps you with making decisions. I certainly use this, if I remember. I should take a dose more of my own medicine, but making decisions, we shouldn't really be making hasty decisions, because that's when we're likely to make mistakes, and we can make a poor decision. I don't actually believe in a right or a wrong decision. I just believe that you make a good or a bad decision, because you can turn those decisions into the opposite, can't you? Anyway, I hope that helps. And I wasn't really actually that prepared to talk about this, because it was going to be something else about friendship categories. So that's what we're going to do next week. Or maybe I'll do it tomorrow, because today is Thursday and I've been a little bit previous. Take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.